Hi, Vivian Joy here on your Future Focus Friday. And that is focusing on the things you want to have, want to be, want to enjoy for your future, rather than being stuck in the past or trapped in the energy of the now, right? The future is the joyful part. It's the bit we all look forward to. I don't know about you, but I hear people saying, oh, when I retire, when I don't have to work 24/7, when the kids have grown up and left home, when I'm slimmer, when I'm fitter, blah, blah, blah. The truth is, right, every moment of your life, you're getting closer to the end. That's the truth. Somebody said to me yesterday, I thought you're absolutely right. You are never going to be as young as you are now. Do you not? This is as simple as that, right? So anyway, let's have some fun. And yes, I do have fun with these things. The mindset is an absolutely extraordinary thing for me. I am never going to get bored of it. I feel very grateful every day that I found the thing that gives me the way of keeping excited. So we were talking about boundaries, and so we're going to have some boundary fun. Do you know, anything could be fun if you like it. I've got a client who loves tax accounting. She thinks that's great fun. Me, I'm like, oh. So anyway, the boundaries that you have or don't have, or the ones you can break. Ooh, now then. So depending on what kind of person you are, and there's a quiz on my website, actually, you might want to have a look at, and it's called, what kind of stuck business owner are you? A cat or a dog? That's what the quiz is called, and it's as simple as that, really, because you need to understand yourself a bit better. You know, are you a cat or are you a dog? And I'll let you do the quiz to find out. But if you are a cat, and I'll give you some clues here, you are more likely to have lots of boundaries. In fact, those boundaries might be holding you a little bit of a prisoner, because you'll be serving lots of safety and security of knowledge. Therefore, the whole thought of just going, do you know what, today I'm not going to do any work. Today I'm just going to go off-piste and enjoy myself. I'm going to go and order from the Chinese takeaway, and I don't even know what it is. I'm just going to order number 47, 58 and 77 and have no idea what they are when they arrive, right? Now, if you are a cat, you'll probably go, holy shit, why would you do that? That's ridiculous. And there'll be lots of reasons why you can't. If you're a dog and fun and pleasure and enjoyment are your main focus and how everybody's feeling, you might be thinking, yeah, that'd be great fun. It'd be amazing. It's still food, right? It doesn't really matter. So sometimes our boundaries can keep us a prisoner. And if you are a dog, you wouldn't have enough boundaries. Think about an unboundaried dog. I think about them all the time because my wife is a dog behaviorist. So she is to the dogs as I am to the humans. Keep thinking we're going to do something together where we run retreats where people bring their dogs that have got behavior problems, because they all come from the humans. I hate to tell you, if you've got a dog that's not behaving well, you haven't trained that dog, or you're not consistently giving it the right messaging. Same as if you've got a partner that's not trained well. But anyway, I digress. So let's think about boundaries. Let's think about yours. So to know our boundaries, we'll think about the things we would never do. There's the first question. And you can grab a pad and pen. You know, I love to do this kind of work. I would never. 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 And I want you to just keep asking yourself in a different intonation of voice to get more stuff out of your unconscious. I would never. I never would. I never could. You can also put on the end of it. I could never. I could never. And we're going to find some of your boundaries as to what you don't think you either want to do, could do, should do. You can pause me, come back to me after you've done this. It could take you some time, especially depending on who you are. If you've unpaused me now, we're on the next section. So that's if we want to understand the boundaries we've got that stop us from doing something new, expanding our comfort zone, making ourselves better, improving ourselves. Oh, I could never speak on stage publicly. I remember somebody who was quite close to me in my life. I could never do that until she had the choice where she had to, basically. A choice. She had to present an award ceremony. And she came to me and go, oh, yes, I said, well, you're going to do it, aren't you? So let's make sure you're bloody good at it. And so then that boundary was taken away, and now actually does quite a lot of it. So we have boundaries which are designed to keep us safe and the same, but also what they do is restrict us from enjoying life, all the thrills and fun. You know, when you're a kid, think about a kid, they don't have any boundaries until the human comes along and says, no, no, can't go out with a coat on. No, no, don't cross the road and go over there. No, no, don't talk to that stranger. I get why, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting you do anything different, but actually think about the things you're saying to yourself, because what you're saying to yourself is, no, no, don't do that. Oh, no, you can't do that. And if you're doing that, you are robbing yourself of new experiences. And that is what you're here for. Joy and experiences, right? You're not here to just pay the mortgage and die. You're not. So if you want more joy, we need to release some of the boundaries. I'm not saying, that we release boundaries around things that we know we're not safe around. For example, I have quite a lot of compulsive personality disorders in my own self. So I have to restrict some things. I have to go, do you know what? It's okay to, I don't know, be on TikTok for half an hour, but any longer than that, then it becomes sort of some compulsive disorder. So let's stop it at that. So I've got some boundaries that are there to preserve my time and to keep me in the life that I've created. But they're boundaries I've created from a place of knowing and knowing they're right for me, not because I think I should or could. Okay. And also then we need to put some boundaries in place. Just like that. So there are some boundaries we should have and we haven't. Like, actually, it's not acceptable for someone to treat me like that. I understand why and I feel for them, but it's not acceptable and I don't accept it for myself. I know in my own life, when I started to put in boundaries of, it didn't mean they were bad or wrong. I just don't accept it for myself. No big hardship, no big drama, just no. Changed everything. My self-love, my self-worth, my self-belief changed quite differently. My confidence in my ability to take care of myself changed a lot. So I want you to think about what boundaries you need to relax and what boundaries you need to bring in and understand, so that we have this nice balance of feeling safe but feeling free, feeling safe but feeling free. And once we can get into the balance of that, that's where joy is. She enjoys. That's where that comes from. Because if we've got too many boundaries, oh, I can't write a blog, oh, I can't start a podcast, oh, I could never write a book, no one's going to ever let me do that. If we can shift that to, oh, I wonder what I could write a book on, ooh, what difference would it make to my business? And this is what I do through my coaching mastermind, through events that I run, my reset days, my She Escapes reset days. The She Escapes reset day is to escape all the boundaries and to actually put in some boundaries and some patterns and rules that make you more successful for yourself. Okay. So have a think now. What do you need to loosen and what do you need to build a bit of? And this isn't big high walls or collapsing completely boundaries. Give you an example before I leave you today. So when I met my wife to be, we met online, a little known story unless you're close to us. And the boundary I could have had was, oh, well, we'll wait until after lockdown because we met at the beginning of 2020. We'd never physically met, by the way, we met online. So if I'd been my boundaried self of no one's ever going to hurt me, I need to get to know someone before I let them into my life in any way, Emma and I wouldn't be. Quite straightforward. But because I'm secure in the knowledge that actually, even if someone comes into my life and it doesn't go well, I can deal with it. I was open. I was completely and utterly open to getting to know someone, to actually including them in my life. Worst case scenario, they would have just left my life. And because of that, Emma and I got it together during lockdown. I literally went and collected her to come and live with me. This is a true story. Anyone that knows us, we'd never actually met. Her dad thought she was insane. My parents are long gone. My mum would have gone, yeah, why not? Go for it. My conditioning versus Emma's conditioning. Yeah. As it was, I get on really well with her dad. And actually, it worked out well because I'm obviously me and she's her. So it could have gone badly. But in my head, I said, what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? I've spent a lot of my life doing things because I think I should. I'm just going to do what feels right. And as it was completely right. So if my boundaries had been too high, my walls had been too high, I would have said, no. My friend said, are you crazy? I said, yeah, maybe then, a little bit. But hey, if it doesn't work during lockdown in the honeymoon period, it's never going to work. So I'm going to give it a go. And so that give it a go has given me the biggest joy of my life. So what joy are you missing out on? What joy are you missing out on by having too many boundaries? And what inner self-worth are you missing out on by not having enough boundaries? That's my final question. Hopefully this has helped.